Ladies and germs, welcome to the CP the Tool Addict live stream. Get a few people started up in here. Come on now, what are we going to get here? There we go, Fearless Ferris Fires, the first guy in. Jeffrey Smith, how's it going? They're flying in. AgTech 45, what's going on? Turnings by Turners, Joshua Brandenburg, my buddy and pal, old Joshua. I'm doing all right, Fearless. Larry Borgstrom, the outlaw, Larry Borgstrom, in the house. Here we go again. It's another Friday night here on the CP the Tool Addict live stream. One mechanic in the house. South Florida AgTech, how's it going? How you doing, buddy? Rob G, what's up, man? I thumbed you. Thank you, AgTech. I appreciate that. I love it. John Gibson, how you doing? Kyle Karpovich, how's it going, fella? Your average tradesman. Tell us some good stuff. I am trying to do as much positive as I can, but I can tell you one thing. This week has been absolutely trying with people. Do you like my videos? Yes, Joshua, I do. I do like your videos. I love your videos. Down East Outdoors, how you doing, brother? Gabe has been doing some projects. I've seen Fearless. Gabe, I've been seeing that you've been doing some projects there, getting your motor transferred over on your ATV. Good stuff. Mike Swindell, Randy Duncan, how you doing, brothers? Robert Waters. They all need to allow us to shoot two people. Yeah, you know what? Well, I don't know what to do. I really don't. There's a lot of negative people this week, I will tell you this much. A lot of negative people, a lot of negative things, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't help when people are being negative on YouTube. It just all trickles down. Diabolical, John, how you doing? Rob G, or have you had one? Rob G, you got any sliding? No, I do not. I would say that the best slide top cart would probably be the Snap-on one. My unbiased opinion on that. That's the only cart that I haven't technically ever bought. I've owned a Snap-on Toolbox, but I've never owned a Snap-on cart. But I have buddies that got them, and they absolutely swear by the, yes, it should be Turnings by Turner. We're trying to keep the P positive. We're trying to keep the P positive. There's no doubt about it. I'm doing my best, man. Really am. We'll shed some light on the situation. Yes, I do, Rob G, I do like that color combination. Very nice. Kelly, doing good, Dave. They're forecasting a foot of snow for us. Canadians, man, I'll tell you what. That's a rough life up there. At least we can be thankful for cold beer and tool trucks. I agree, Mike. Occupant, what's going on? Brian Meadows. I just wished a lot of people really understood what they're talking about. It's such a small, when we're talking about tool trucks and stuff like that, it's such a small group of people that really get it. Armis Industries, how you doing? Thank you, buddy. I've been really trying to go. Foot Pusher, Friday night. I enjoyed all the company. Thank you. Keep positive. Yes, Foot Pusher. Tony Couture. How's it going? Patch of Heaven Farms. How you doing, buddy? Bow Freak. What's going on, man? Long time no see. Brian Meadows. Did I say hi to you? If I didn't, hi again. CP on Friday night. I enjoy the company. Thank you. Okay, I'm adding a new cord to my 1980s Black & Decker Wildcat grinder, which I got for a few dollars at a estate sale. That is pretty cool. The old Black & Decker stuff used to be awesome. Elmer, Packed, POO 4041. Wow, that is, you get the name for the longest name that I've seen on YouTube yet for a person there. Elmer, get her done. Hey, Dave, nope, I'm in short sleeves, windows open. Yeah, it's really nice here, too. Tony Couture. Devon Martinez, how you doing, buddy? Another great guy that I've been watching on Instagram a lot, and he's got a channel. Devion, did I say that right? Devion Martinez, really great guy. Really does some really quality stuff. Got a YouTube channel. Got an Instagram. We need to get you on maybe and do a live stream one night, Davion. Is there going to be any interruptions in this live stream with the ejection results? Or are we going to... I would imagine we're going to go a few more days. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and say that Trump lost, which to me, I guess I really don't care. Because honestly, in my opinion, the country is completely divided. The voting system has failed us, just like I said. That's my Honda number. Oh, gotcha, Elmer. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's your Honda number. That's awesome. One mechanic. Jeffrey Smith, how you doing? Just Wrench It. What's up, Matt? How you doing, buddy? Sonic T15. Sup, bro? How you been doing? I'm ready for the weekend. Yeah, absolutely. I think we all are. Mark J, how's it going? Not too bad. Mark J, how you doing yourself? Yeah, I don't want to get too political. I know some people don't like it, but honestly, we are all in a state of disarray right now. If you guys have been following it, I haven't really been putting in a bunch of attention, but I can tell you this much. I put in enough time to look at it and just realizing that, we're going to have a landslide win for Biden probably. That would be my guess, which is fine. I mean, honestly, I'm going to stick behind my president and not act like the last people it did. The one thing is, we won't see people acting like they did. I mean, it's sad. I really don't know what to say. Quite frankly, I honestly, my honest true feeling is we need a civil war. We need to straighten this country out. Yeah, I don't know. Turnings by turnings. It's one half in a dozen, six half the other, yeah. It doesn't matter though. Hey, Randy Duncan, exactly. It doesn't matter who we get at this point. The country is divided. And that's the problem. That's the bigger problem. I'm afraid to agree with myself, but logic and everything has to come to play. And that's what my life is all about at the end of the day. I have to play logic into everything, whether I like it or not. That's what I try to do with tools and everything else. I mean, everything in my life has come down to people are so adamant about bringing in feelings and emotions into what they do that they forget that you have to look at things from a different perspective to kind of get, the real deal. If it's not broke, it's fix it. Hey, man, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Bought a new car today, '03 Taurus. Womp, womp. Hey, that's awesome, just Matt. I guess the opposite. My newest problem is draw clean tool this week was an axle nut cone remover tool, OTC 77. Huh. That's interesting. My Instagram, if you go to my description of my channel and go to my about, you can click on it. Otherwise, it's CP the Tool Addict. It's the exact same. Joseph Benjamin Savaria, how you doing, buddy? I voted for Biden like 1,462 times, right? Hey, you know what? You know what the deal is? No matter who you voted for, this guy will still be your friend. Unlike, the way it went last year. I'm not going to let politics come between people I like. I'm good. I don't judge people for who they vote. In fact, I don't even think politics... I don't think you should tell anybody who you vote for. Honestly. I don't think you should tell anybody your too much personal information anymore. I think that would do this country a lot of good. Absolutely, Joshua. AgTech, no way. No way, buddy. How does the voting system, I guess I don't really know the voting system. Grimm's Auto, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Yes, we do. Your average tradesman, we do. We need people to start sticking together. It's just unfortunate. I honestly think, my own opinion is that if you look at the way the tool community has drama, it has a lot to do with everything in this country nowadays. I honestly believe that people cannot understand, they're not like they used to. Used to be you could have an opinion and somebody would be, cool with it. But nowadays in the tool community, people seem to think that they're better than another person until one person's better than the other person. And I get it. Your egos play, but at the end of the day, it's all perspective to a point. Some stuff is better, and most guys that are mechanics are using stuff repetitiously every day. So of course they're going to think something's better because they have to use it every day. I don't know. You got white collar mechanics on YouTube is what the deal is, and I don't know what the deal. There's a lot of that white collar stuff. That's exactly what it is. A lot of white collar people who are trying to run the world from the seat of their chair. That is the big problem. It's truly sad how divided we are and take this country back, and big corporations need to be knocked down. I agree. Randy, they are killing small businesses one by one. I cannot understand what happened these days. Two friends can disagree and should be president and still be I agree, March A. You're 100% right. Dwayne V. Hey all, election, what? Election? As long as you vote, I'm good. If no voting, they don't have legs. Yeah, I agree. Matt Cornwell has some good deals in the Flyers. They do. I think actually everybody nailed it this month. I will say the Matco one. I've got the new Matco flyer. Matco might be the loser this month as the worst deals for the month. They really didn't have anything that I would say, my opinion, that was too exciting. You guys notice a trend? I like doing these flyer reviews because I really want to show the big four, and then SK didn't have one, and then Capri. What I'm trying to do with all these flyer reviews is kind of show you the difference in pricing on a lot of stuff, where you can, kind of see. I don't think everybody, because not everybody has a tool truck, so it's nice to see if you don't have that tool truck to see that flyer and kind of compare what's going on in the tool world. You know what I mean? Yes, a rethread kit can be used to make new threads. You look way better with the snap-on hat on. I really like the snap-on hat. I like the Mac hats too, but this is the nicest snap-on hat I've ever had. Look at my hair; it's just out of control. Yeah, Jed, I am pretty much stocked up. What's up, Anthony Bressler? How you doing? Easy does it. Easy does it. I voted for Snap-on. I love it. Robert Waters, we also have different opinions as we go get to good tools. I hate tools you like. You hate tools I like. I don't hate tools sometimes that people like. I just don't like, there's certain stuff that I prefer better. I really didn't mean to bring up politics. I was making a joke about interruptions, I'm sure. Oh, no. You know what, John? This is something that I was planning on talking about anyways tonight. I think that, even though this is a tool channel, it's going to affect a lot of people. Everything, this whole country changes whenever there's a new president. And the big thing about it is this is something that comes along with the business. This is part of your job as a blue-collar worker. This will affect you. Will gas prices go up? That's a big one I hear a lot. What's that going to do to car repairs? Last time it just destroyed car repairs. It took a chunk right out of the car repairs because people stopped driving and they couldn't afford to fix cars. There's just the factors go a lot deeper that people don't realize. Now, is it something to be scared of? No, but what I will say is yeah, Doug Yoda, exactly. Taxes would go crazy. I don't own any shirts with a white collar. Right on, Frugal. Tom, I would love to. Yeah, white collar. They are. The people that are there's a lot of white collar mechanics on YouTube that like to tell everybody that Snap-on's not necessary and that they spend too much money on tools. But the reality of it is is the reason why we use these professional grade tools is because it's our job every day. They feel better. They just perform better. And I've used cheap tools and they just, you can tell the difference. And it's hard to explain that to somebody who doesn't. Now, I'm not saying that the normal, average, everyday guy's got to go out and spend that kind of money, or any mechanic has to spend that kind of money. But at the end of the day, I'm going to prefer what I prefer and what I can afford. I pay for my tools. I've never had a tool repoed from me. Have any of you had a tool repoed from you? I've never had a tool repoed. Our voting system is much simpler than yours. It seems extremely complicated. Yeah, that could be. Matt, right, Dave? I was hoping my state would go after the direction on test. Yeah. Yoda Doug, I'm not surprised that Oregon went that way. I would love... Man, I really wish I could afford a special edition Matco Impact gun. Mark J, but there's always stuff that you can do. Or get other stuff that's just as good. Every mechanic should stop screwing around and just use the tools a real professional, Zephyl, uses. For the low fee of $6.78 a month, Zephyl will tell you the best tools to buy, period. I love it, Zephyl. I love it. That is that's exactly what a lot of stuff is on YouTube. You're 100% correct. I really hope I try not to come off that way. I guess that's my game, is I have more guns, magazines, and ammo than I can ever shoot. Tom, I think I'm right there with you, buddy. I shoot a lot though. Seems at the end of the year they have the best deals on flyers. And Tony, there's a reason for that. Because November is like the end of the physical year, start of the physical year for most businesses. So they definitely want to push, their stuff. CP, I'm stoked the local company has oh, wow. That's awesome, Dave. Damn. I'm jealous of you. Half off everything SK? Just found a Snap-on dealer. Oh, that's awesome, Joseph Benjamin. Who makes the best pliers? Oh, man. You're down a rabbit hole right there, Joseph. I mean... When I like my Nipex Cobras and my pipe wrench pliers, and I love my Snap-on pliers, and you can go to different types of pliers. There are so many different ones out there. At the end of the day, I really, as far as who makes the best ones, depends on what you're doing. As far as cutting and, you got Klein. Yeah, Devion, I agree. I like the Snap-on and the Nipex the best. That's to narrow it down roughly. But when you start to break it down, there's so many other pliers out there that are really awesome too. Happy February birthday. Thank you, Zephyl. I appreciate it. Doug, Joseph Benjamin, AgTech. How did the right to repair vote turn out? I have no idea. It's something to pay attention to. That's all. Yep. Who is president? Doesn't really affect me much. The worse the economy gets, the busier I get. Well, some days that's true. I think last time I really think it hurt the automotive industry when Obama was the president. I mean, he did that cash for clunkers. Sorry, I'm gonna clean this off real quick. When he did that cash for clunkers, it ruined the car industry, I think. Not only that, it got rid of a lot of good cars. Long-term effect was bad. Yeah, foot pusher, don't get me wrong. When I say white collar, I mean guys that have day jobs that aren't mechanics. Their trade isn't mechanic trade. And I'm not saying that makes you any less susceptible to understanding a tool. I'm just saying that you could get by using something of different quality. Like you could use Capri stuff and be just fine. And Capri is really not a bad quality for what they sell for price. Or Tecton. Tecton is also an awesome quality. So I think there's a thing that I need to tackle somehow. I've been trying to figure this out. There's something I need to tackle and just I want to just, kind of try to shed some light so people can really understand that we got to stop this negativity Now, the one thing I will say is the same people are always involved in the drama. Do you ever notice how the same people's name keep coming up in the drama? The same names, the same channels, the same crap. You know, that is the funny part. Never had a tool repoed. That's good, occupant. Nope, I've never had a tool repoed. CP has had tools or guns repossessed from him. No, Zephyl, yeah. I'm not saying I'm not the richest guy. That's the thing here, you know. I'm just a blue collar guy. I think on paper you probably see me making under 100K a year, you know. I do not think Snap-on is necessary, but when you divide it out, it's not a big difference in real. Robert, you know, it's just all perspective. You know, the way some stuff's built, I like it better, and I'm willing to pay the money, and I have it. Do I expect a new guy to do that? No. Maybe Biden can buy military toolkits from Harbor Freight, $5 per gallon gasoline, pinch babies' heads off before they're born, and send his minions worthless 2K per month. Jax, that's pretty, yeah. I would like to see only legitimate ballots to be counted. Also balanced appearing 4 in the morning. Yeah, Larry, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I'm not opposed to buying Snap-on and other tool truck brands. I have their Wobble Plus extensions, for example, but their toolboxes wasn't going to go there. Dwayne V, completely understand it. I had a conversation with a nice gentleman on Facebook this week about buying an Icon toolbox, and we got along. Amazingly enough, we had a good conversation, and we didn't argue about it. Is that amazing that CP had a conversation with somebody about Icon tools, and I didn't? Like, we talked legitimately like two grown-ass men? It's amazing. That's exactly what happened. 77 people in the chat, only 22 likes, guys. Come on, man. Throw them thumbs up for me, brothers. Appreciate it. Garrison G, what's up, man? Jeremy Schaub, how you doing, buddy? Never had a tool repoed, but I have bought and repo tools. I'm not gonna deny I have bought plenty of repo tools. It really is crazy. I really love to do YouTube video of a tool truck. Joshua, hopefully we can get that done for you. I know a guy that's working on that. Don't kid yourself. Tom, we need to talk. You are nearby. Elmer, have you seen the new Snap-on feel? Yeah, I am. So that's an interesting one. Actually, let me go back to one real quick here. As we were talking about this. Never a tool repoed. I kind of got off track here. I'm not opposed to buying Snap-on. Wobble Plus extensions. Here's a fun fact for you guys. You want to learn something tonight? I believe we were talking about this, me and Mr. Subaru Tech, and kind of going back and forth. I believe Koken is actually the original proprietor of Wobble Plus extensions. Maybe Snap-on pays them for the rights to use it, patent rights, but Koken has Wobble Plus extensions, and they are cheaper than the Snap-ons, and they have some really good knurling on them. Just food for thought. Just wanted to throw that out there quick. Now, have I seen the new Snap-on feeler gauge set? Yes. I think that thing's like right around $80. I kind of like it, but here's my only problem with it is you got to pull it out of the thing, push it in there, kind of, you know, where you could just grab it off the ring anyways and use the feeler gauge. A good set of feeler gauges that come in a case, I want to say are right around $100. I would definitely, I don't know. I just don't know what I think about them. You know? Oh my God, no Jax. I heard NASA take 300-piece kit. Can't be true. I heard, okay. Picked up the Snap-on feeler gauge Monday. Sweet. Let me know what you think about them, John. I'm still working on figuring out the plasma as a depth. I've never had any tools repo either. A guy that works for it, yeah. Usually a person that has their tools repoed, I can tell you from being a tool truck dealer, usually a guy that has a tools repoed is a guy that buys a bunch of tools right away and then never pays for them. Normally, a guy that pays for his tools and comes, keeps in contact with his tool dealer doesn't get tools repoed. Princess Jamie, how's it doing? Good news comes from those who wait. No, they cheated. Trust Trump, hold the line. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Easy does it. PWZ pliers, yep. Let's talk about how the quality is offering low-cost quality options for anyone working on cars. Yeah, Capri is definitely... Capri and Tecton are what I would say the front runners for any DIY guy. If you are looking for sockets, wrenches, specialty tools, you're going to have to go outside of that. But, come on, what's going on here? Quit flashing. Capri and Tecton are your socket and wrench go-tos, I believe. With Capri and Tecton, you can save the money and get a better quality than what... The metal's not soft. I think they're better than the Icon tools. And they're pretty much being made in the same country. I doubt they're the same manufacturer. Tecton does have USA-made wrenches, though, so that makes them even better. Mr. Subaru, how's it going? The right to repair past in mass. Okay. Does anyone love... Oh, snap. Rant incoming. There's a rant incoming? I made a ton of money from cash and clunkers. Everyone got into cars, but they couldn't afford it. It backfired big time. John, I believe it. I honestly believe it. Tom McPherson, I won't buy repo tools. I don't know the situation, why they lost them. But if I'm going to gain... Oh, well, Tom, I buy repo tools right off the repo truck, so I guess I don't know. My white collar shirts always get so dirty. Yes, it is, Brian Meadows. Hey, now, I have a day job. That isn't being a mechanic. Oh, wait. I do use cheap tools. See, Tom? And you get by with them. And they're serving your purpose. Completely acceptable. But for somebody who's in a trade, the thing about it is you go look at anybody in any trade. I don't know why mechanics need to get picked on. I think it's a lot of people like to think mechanics are stupid. You go look at any trade. Why doesn't anybody pick on a electrician for using Klein tools? If your dentist used Harbor Freight tools, would you be a little bit concerned? I think I would. Or your doctor, if you were going to do a surgery, and he said, I'm going to use this cheaper stuff to work on you. All that equipment takes technology and research and, I just, that's where it is. It all depends on the application. Pliers, with some better brands than others. Princess Jamie, thank you very much. Finally sitting down without any distractions, and you're not driving. That's amazing. I have repoed a ton of tools and boxes. Mr. Subaru, I have never repoed a bunch of tools and toolboxes. There's no doubt about it. All depends on the application. Pliers, some brands better than others. Yeah. Mine must be way behind. Or else I'm lagging. Not as dedicated as you think. Hit the like, folks. Thank you, Anthony Bressler. Only problem is with Icon toolboxes seem expensive for the service from Harbor Freight. Robert, my biggest fear about the Icon toolbox is it's new. You guys all know Monster Tools just went out of business, right? So the thing is with these tool companies, when they fly by night, I've seen so many of them come and go out of business. So what happens when Icon decides to dump their line? Where does that leave the consumer with an Icon toolbox? Yeah. Did you ask him why he didn't buy a nicer used Snap-on or Mac box? He has a Mac box and a Snap-on box, Mr. Subaru. That's the sad part. He had a Master Series 3 bank and he had a 7530 Mac. And he wanted to trade it to buy an Icon 73 with a hutch and lockers. And I was like, man, I don't even see how you're going to gain any room. First of all, the MB 7530 is 30 inches deep, 75 inches long. So it's obviously way bigger than he already had. He's getting a hutch and 2 side lockers, and an Icon box is only 25 inches deep. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to show some love to Canada, a Canadian. Oh, well, by God. Hey, CP, do you have a Mac 3/8 ratchet with a half-inch anvil? I sure do, Garrison G. The XR11PA with a half-inch kit. You cannot get that kit anymore. I have the last three known to existence. From what I gathered, pretty sure Chris Koss mentioned that. Yep, Mr. Subaru, are you talking about the extensions? Our one tech just got an Icon snap ring pliers. How's that going for him? Different live stream for someone else for a bit. Oh, okay, Dave. Thank you, buddy. What's up, Power Stroke Jude? Koken makes the snap-on. No. Dwayne V. No. Don't misconject. No. That's not what I said. Koken owns the patent from. I thought me and Mr. Subaru were talking about it. We might have got it from Mr. Chris Koss, I guess. I could have been mistaken. I talk to so many people in a week, guys. I got jello brain sometimes talking about tools. You got to understand, it is just absolutely crazy for me sometimes. Problem with feeler gauges is they're so wide for a lot of the valves they won't fit. Exactly, AgTech. I have ran into that problem. I don't do as many valve sets anymore, I will tell you that. Valve setting is not really relevant in today's market. Older stuff, yes, but not in the newer stuff. Joey Morrison, what's up, man? Mike Wolverton, how you doing? Koken owns the patent for Wobble Plus. Snap-on makes them, but pays Koken. There you go, Steve Sawa. Appreciate you, buddy. That is perfect. I appreciate that comment. You definitely helped that right there. Did you see the new Snap-on pliers that have a flank drive in them? I'm going to throw a few pics. Perfect, Kelly. I want to definitely check that out. I can never score any Repo tools. SK are one of my favorites. Yep. I must be way behind. I've got a bunch of Repo tools for Screaming Deals. You can't beat Repo tools. Klein is top for electric. Exactly. You talk to an electrician, he'll tell you every time Klein is where I'm at. Fluke meters are definitely awesome for meter work. Yep. Flukes are, in fact, a lot of warranty companies will only allow you to use Fluke to do meter readings for warranty issues. I can tell you that, Matt. GM was huge on that back in the day. Nothing else worked. It's just a car, not a space shuttle. I live in, well, some of the new stuff is pain in the ass. I wouldn't say it's not as easy as it used to be. I can tell you that much. It's all the electrical. Anymore, when you start dealing with, Tom, when you start working on the newer 2015 stuff, and it's all just, it's all electrical all day long. My Toolbox Repo is very happy. One mechanic, I love your Toolbox. Yes, I like your tattoos. I'm not a mechanic, but I have a Snap-on. Do I need them? No, but I want them. Rather spend my money on that than to... Hey, Daniel, I actually made that. That's a great point. There's a lot more things you can waste your money on. Let's talk about that real quick, because I love it when people talk about you're wasting your money on tools. Okay, so the same guy will be telling me I'm wasting my money on tools, and granted, I choose, so I'm not gonna be no different than that. But the same guy will tell me that while he's smoking a cigarette. The same guy will tell me that while he's drinking a beer. These are two things that you don't need to do, that you waste your money on, because they are definitely, you don't get anything out of them. When you buy a can of chew or a pack of cigarettes, you smoke them and then you buy another one. It is a repetitive process that gives you nothing. When you drink, it's the same thing. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to stop any of that. Then there's people who do drugs, and there's people who race stock cars. How much money do people spend money on to race stock cars and stuff like that? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't like racing stock cars, because I love watching it, but that is an expensive hobby. There's a lot of things that you can do that you're going to spend and waste more money on than buying tools. And I can make a list about 800 long. So, but Daniel, I appreciate that comment, because that was absolutely fantastic. JD Tech, good to see you, buddy. JD Tech, how you been, man? Just picked up 1/4-inch Milwaukee fuel ratchet. I had one and got rid of it. Big mistake. I love my Snap-on. But, you know, I mean, that's your next choice. That's the next best thing, hands down. For some people, it's toss-up. Guys like them, guys don't like them. Princess Jamie Power Stroke. I need to stay off the Mack truck, Joey. uh, yeah, I'm not a fan of the. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything on that, Kelly. Hands on the best way to accept the performance of a tool. Correct. Hands on is 100% JD Tech. Some people will find that they're completely satisfied with using what they want to use. A lot of people like the Matco ratchets. I personally, a lot of it has to do, and I will tell you 100%, my biggest problem is with it is the price. For what I pay for it, I will still take a Snap-on any day or my Mac ratchet. I honestly just think that Mac and Snap-on build the top-notch quality ratchet. Well, I really like my Kokens now, too. I've been using my Koken a lot. In fact, I carry this guy with me everywhere now. It's stupid. I love it so much, I just carry it with me. Took spark plugs out with it. Maybe a little bit too small, but we were working on my buddy's Malibu, and I was like, I'm just going to take all the spark plugs out with that. Long time no see, JD. How you been doing, JD? Weren't you like a service manager now or something last time I talked to you? You don't want to be held up because of a job of cheap tools. Diamond D, I would agree 100%. And that has happened to me before. I will tell you that I got held up from a job from using a Pittsburgh socket on a 1990 Ford Ranger. I will challenge anybody on YouTube to take a gas tank out with a deep Pittsburgh 15 millimeter socket on a 1990 Ford Ranger because you can't do it. I will promise you, I will bet you $1 million that you cannot get a gas tank strap undone with a 15 millimeter deep Pittsburgh socket. Impossible, because the way they broached it, they didn't cut the center of the socket wide enough to let the bolt accept all the way through. That is a fact. That's where I started. I was really upset that day because I'd been using Pittsburgh sockets due to hearing everybody tell me how great they were, and that job stopped me up completely, dead in my tracks. I didn't have a socket and I had to go get one. That right there cost me my whole ability to make money on that. When you talk about flat rate and you don't have that socket, now the time that I should have been, it should have took me about a half hour to do that job. Pretty simple job, really. Pretty simple job. And I could not get the socket up in there because the bolts were just long enough that the way that the Pittsburghs are cut, they're not deep enough to accept a long stud in a deep socket. Who would have ever thought that? It was amazing. That is a true, 100% true story. And I would love to see anybody prove me wrong on that one. Got the new scraper this week. Damn good scraper. Like it a lot more than Lyle ones. That's interesting. Tools are a drug, yeah. Power stroke dude, yeah. I mean, I've had dashes out. Not much here. We're just going Midwest. Got the Snap-on long net 3/8 and a quarter. I do enjoy them, just don't like the warranty. The warranty gets in a lot of people's head, I believe. My buddy's had his 1/4-inch Snap-on ratchet for 7 years, and it's still chugging along. In fact, all the rubber's gone off of it. Some people just have better luck than others. I rarely ever paid retail on Jim C. How's it going, buddy? Did I miss anybody else? I rarely ever pay retail on tool trucks. Plus, I've had no one to trade and use to buy his tools. Snap-on and Mac actually build ratchets. Well, that's true, Mr. Subaru. It's actually, I talked to somebody about that too. So they're having some manufacturing deals going on. Not liking the impact sockets for sure. Just broke one today. Almost made a video how I broke it. That is interesting. I actually would have never thought the Icons would have been as bad as the Pittsburghs. To be honest with you. We're going to pop over and say hi to Brad. Brad's on? That dirty sucker? I'm good. Still at the shop, but supervisor for the small engine department. Only in one department. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, buddy. 5-year warranty. Yeah. Send it in. It's free. Send it in. Get it fixed. I still would rather have the snap-on. I laughed when a carpenter buddy bitches about buying a new claw hammer at $40. Asked to use the snap-on wrenches because he likes the way. Yeah, Bill Beckett. I've had that happen. Wow. About took your. Midwest. That's a funny story because I actually held on. The reason why I had the Pittsburgh sockets that I had is back in the day, guys like me, before a lot of people were on YouTube. I'm 42, so when I started working on cars, I went and spent a bunch of money on Harbor Freight tools. And I was super excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And I will tell you that 20 years ago, Harbor Freight stuff was way terrible compared to how it is now. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm not saying they're a whole lot better, but I'm saying they were terrible. But I had all those sockets that I had, and half of them I broke, and I was using them for seal drivers. That's how terrible they were. I would just use them to drive in light seals. But I had the Pittsburgh socket blow up in my face too, and I got a chunk stuck right in my eye. No joke. I had to go to the hospital. It was stuck right here in the corner of my eye, and I've had problems with this eye. I don't know if you guys notice sometimes, but I always have problems with this eye. A lot of it's due to the fact that I had a socket in it, and for years, they said a shard was stuck in my eye and it wouldn't come out. So I would have this eye would close up like this because I would be, not only that, I have astigmatism in it because of it. South Florida. First time in the chat. Hello from Chicago. Hey, Sal. Appreciate you coming into the chat. Pittsburgh equals. Well, yeah. The tool is only as good as the warranty process. Don't have the time to chase down flaky dealers or mailing in tools. That can be a problem. I don't have a problem with some of mine. Snap-on equals Texas Roadhouse. Well, I would hope Snap-on's better than that. My Martinez, my titanium is 200. Just wrench it, Matt. Thank you, buddy. Gotta go support Brad, CCP. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you for stopping by. Tell Brad he's a dirty sucker for running his live stream on my night now. That's really messed up. The socket literally exploded. It was brand new. Quality control, Midwest. That's quality control, 100%. Thank you, One Mechanic. I appreciate that, buddy. I'll stick with I don't hear many positive experiences with Milwaukee warranty process. Jim C, I just don't like the platform of the Milwaukee. The one thing that pisses me off the most time is my biggest complaint is my hands are oily, greasy, and I'm trying to switch that little switch in the back. These digits aren't made for Milwaukee. They need to change that. People stealing Icon left and right, reselling it on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Well, Midwest, I'm sorry that you had to experience that, but I guess it's good you did. It's good that you had an experience that was showed you the differences. The only way you're going to learn is by having the differences. Thank you, Power Stroke Jude. I appreciate you, buddy. I don't know that I'm the man, but I definitely just try to be me. That's all there is to it. Scott Seidel, what's going on, man? How you doing? From the Greasy Shop Rag, Central Wisconsin. Scott, what is going on up in Wisconsin? Is it mayhem up there or what? Cheap tools, rough on your hands. Some can be, some cannot be. Not everything that's cheap is bad. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, you can buy Capri tools for a decent price. I feel like I beat a dead horse talking about a lot of that stuff. Yeah. I hear a lot of people talk bad about the Snap-on sockets. I personally don't own that many Snap-on Impacts. I have Max, and I have never had problems, and Sunx's, honestly. And I've heard guys talk about the gray pneumatics. I've used gray pneumatics, and they seem to be fine. Honestly, if I was going to go the route of saying I've used my Sunx ones for a long time, and you can't hardly beat them. JC, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? That is no joke right there, man. I really, and I don't have that many Matco ones neither, James. Warm weather here, bike ride tomorrow. Awesome. Low-hanging fruit is easy to pick. You're 100% right about that, Robert. There's a lot of Roberts in here, you know that? It's got a pile of Sun-X, they're great. Yes, I really have not had bad luck with my Sun-X's. I've not have any complaints with them. I purchased shop rags at Harbor Freight and the red dye got all in my hands. You know, that is a bad deal because I remember when they used to be all like that. What's up with that, Brad? You literally went live. I go live every Friday. When did you start going live on Fridays? Why didn't we just go live together? I could have came over to your channel. You could have went over to mine. Don't matter to me. Zach B, I have no experience with the GP Duo sockets, although I've heard a lot of people say good things about them. And so I have no experience, personal experience myself with them. I am not a huge fan of spline drive sockets. I think that's what GP Duos are. I really don't have that. I found that Tekton wrenches be longer than Capri. SK is shorter than both. Gary Crafter. Snap-on, Mac, Matco, Sun-X, GP. Actually, you know, the Matco ADVs pretty much are Sun-X sockets. So, and I have a couple ADV sockets. I have not had issues with those neither. They're just quite a bit more money. Uh-oh. I gotta. Oh no. He's mentioned it in the story. Jaron Wilson, how you doing, buddy? Brad's, yeah. Next week we'll hook up. Right on. Doing good. Hey, Matthew Lacroix from Quebec. Love the Canadian guys. Canadian guys are my favorite guys. Awesome people. Love swivel sockets. Had them for many issues. Yeah, I have South Florida Ad Tech. I've heard a lot of guys using GPs and Sun-X's and not have a problem. I have one of my Milwaukee half-inch impact warranted twice. Called Milwaukee on a Monday. They gave me a FedEx label, scheduled the FedEx pickup. Thursday it was back to me. Here's my problem, JC. Wherever you buy it, I think that makes a big difference. There's a lot of problems with where you buy it. I bought mine from Northern Tool, and I got to tell you that immediately soured me from wanting to ever buy tools from Northern Tool again. They literally, maybe I should have called Milwaukee and tried to go with them, but I can promise you this much, going to Northern was an absolute joke. I bought a brand new tool and it broke the retaining clip on my 1/4-inch hex impact almost immediately. It doesn't matter where you buy from, Milwaukee for warranty. Well, they didn't. That wasn't the case with me, Robert. That was not the case with me. I will disagree with you on that 100 days all along. I can show you the receipts. When I bought my Milwaukee Impact, they screwed me over at Northern and they would not warranty my tool. They had to order in a whole new kit. I had to wait, go back 3 times. It was a pain in my ass. And it was absolutely a joke. So, if I would have called Milwaukee, would they have warranted it, even though I just bought it from... We're talking within 90 days. So, how does that work? Yes, that's 100% true. Milwaukee does not warranty if you buy it from Amazon. Okay. Well, I should have looked into it different, but unfortunately, I didn't. You're supposed to call Milwaukee Direct the first time I went through the store, purchased it, and it took 3 weeks. There you go. So, JC, you had the same experience I did. You live and you learn. So, guys, there's a good bit of information right there. That's definitely helpful. So, where's the best place to buy it then? That's the thing is where do I I don't want to deal. I ain't gonna deal with that crap ever again. Next time, I'll say take the tools back, kiss my ass. I'm not gonna mess around. There's no freaking way. I was already like, you know what? I should just return the tools now. I should have never bought them. Strongly considering trading my cornwall swivel set for a Snap-on. Yeah, if you can get a good price on them. I need to warranty my M18 Impact. It's not obvious what they do on their website. It's not obvious what to do on their website. Interesting. I warranted Milwaukee from Amazon. Well, then what's the story with it? It says on Amazon. Let's just go ahead and look right here. Here's a good... I've even noticed this with Scamazon. We'll talk about this real quick since we're on the topic of Scamazon, because this is great. Because I have noticed when you go to look at warranties for tools on Scamazon, it tells you to go to the manufacturer. Okay? So, warranty description, 1 year. Let's look up Milwaukee 3/8 stubby. Milwaukee. Let's just knock this out right now and see what Amazon says, because we're going to go with the Milwaukee Fuel Ratchet since we're just talking about it. 3/8 inch bare tool. Does not give you warranty information. Click here for product warranty. See if I can get that in there. So it does not give you... Let me shut this off real quick. Click here for product warranty. Why? So when I click on that, and that's what it does. So it doesn't give you warranty. Now, it should say warranty in this section of the box when you're looking on the warranty for it. Come on, fella. So it should give you a warranty, and it doesn't. Lithium, no. It doesn't give you any type of warranty information in this deal right here. So my question is, I would call Milwaukee first. They don't ask you where you bought it. When you bought it, they don't ask you about a receipt. So what's the deal with Milwaukee not warranting them? What if you stole the tool? What if you bought a stolen tool? How do they know? Mark J. Gotta go. Have a great night. Thank you, Mark J. Jaron Wills. Damn phone, yeah. We had 2 inches of snow last week. I've been having nothing with problems with my Milwaukee stuff. I'm fed up as soon the CT9010 launches. I'm going with Snap-on. I use DeWalt Milwaukee. I can't wait for DeWalt to release the Ratchet. I warranty all my Milwaukee at Esco, no problem. Sounds like Wyoming, 3 inches of snow. Milwaukee doesn't ask for proof of purchase, date, etc. Milwaukee uses exactly. So if your serial number... It'd be a great video to see somebody actually call Milwaukee. I'm not going to do it because I don't really care. Quite frankly, I think I'm just not... I don't need Milwaukee. I've never had any problem with most of my DeWalt stuff. I'm not a fan of Milwaukee. I'm not a huge fan of Milwaukee. Milwaukee going by the build date. So, yes, Jax, there's another one. I've heard instances like that. So, if you buy a tool that's been on the shelf for a long time, how does that affect your warranty? Let's say it's 2 years, you only get 3 years. How do they not know that from the serial number? I have also warranty swapped out Northern Tool where most of my M12 came from. Princess Jamie, I went to warranty swap mine and they would not give me the tool. So I had to return mine in a kit. They wanted to have that kit in. I bought the 3/8 stubby and the Impact hex driver kit. And because they had hex drivers there, but they wouldn't replace it with the hex driver, they had to have the whole kit in because the serial number lined up with the kit. It's a I don't just, yeah. I like that question. Can you warranty a stolen tool? Well, I mean, let's say you bought a tool and it was stolen. You know, let's say if you bought something that was repoed on a tool truck or something like that. You know, I mean, it's just still not leaving play for watch time. Still leaving, you play for the watch time and support. Huh? Right. ServiceMilwaukeeTool.com. Yeah, I don't know. He's back, CP Live. Abner Trinidad, how you doing? I don't know. This is how I deal with it. I don't buy Milwaukee. I don't worry about it. I can literally get everything done with most of the DeWalt stuff I have and the Mac stuff I have. I don't need Milwaukee. And I can get all the warranties done that I want, the way I want them done. I hand them to the guy and he sends them back. He takes them and gives them back to me. I was told that when the tool sells, UPC code is scanned and gets reported to... See, you know, it would really be nice to see something that actually shows that. Milwaukee is basically Apple Computer, the tool world. They're still great. They offer tools and trays, but no one else makes them but Apple. My other thing is... Well, my wife's a DeWalt girl. I'm a Milwaukee fanboy, and I mean, I am a Milwaukee fanboy. Home Depot has DeWalt half-inch Brussels Impact for $199 tool and battery. Tool Cartel, what's up, man? Yeah. Not only that, my biggest thing is I like to spend the money for DeWalt and Benjamin Smith's. How's it going? The other thing is I buy DeWalt because they're assembled here in the United States, and Milwaukee's 100% not. So is Snap-on. Snap-on's assembled in the United States. That's my other justification for it. Are the DeWalts as powerful as Milwaukee? No. Midwest, I would say that would be a great video. I think that it would be a great video for someone to actually put down all these questions, because you can see right here in just this chat how many people are confused and it's weird about the actual warranty process for Milwaukee. Because I mean, I've heard so many things and read so many bad deals on the forums. I mean, why can't I buy a tool? If I buy a tool somewhere and I take it back to them, with the exception of the Milwaukees, the warranty process through Northern was absolutely one of the worst deals that I've ever seen in my life. I have taken tools back to Acme Tool, for instance, which was normally my go-to when I bought power tools, and they take the tool back 100%, no questions asked, and that's what I want. That's all I want. I honestly, and quite frankly, how many times are you really... other than that snap ring breaking in that Milwaukee, I don't see my Milwaukee tools breaking like crazy. I think that Milwaukee stuff is stout enough and it's built well enough that it should be able to work 5 years no problem. Right, JC, I agree. Quite frankly, I don't want any of my tools to have problems. I don't want to have to use the warranty. There's no doubt about it. Besides Snap-on, makes USA. Snap-on, who makes USA? Tribus is making one too. Yeah, it will be, Josh. I think it's a controversial topic that hasn't been really splayed out in so many aspects. I think Milwaukee probably needs to step up and do a little bit of, PR on that, honestly, because I think that's really good. I think that's a problem. I just bought a JNC ballistic power glides. You changed names again. I just bought a JNC 770 from Amazon. They sent the JNC 660. Called them about it, and they credited my account and said it costs more to send them back, and it's worth. That's awesome. You can't beat that. That's one reason why I like good companies. I don't know how he broke my M18 high torque, but he broke it. I might have to take it apart tomorrow and see. Wish this thing would stay up. CJ's info, buddy. Thank you, brother. 99-cent holla. How you doing, CJ? Had an M18 and an M12 battery flash bad on a charger, 1 year old. Sent them in, free shipping, had 2 brand new batteries within a week. I had a great lick with Milwaukee tools, had warranty on my high torque half-inch ones, and I abuse it. Like I said, the tool works for you. It doesn't matter. If you like it, it doesn't matter. Thank you, CJ. 3,500, big deal. I mean, it's still relatively small in the world. I quite honestly, I think that when you're splitting hairs, when it great comes down to the end of the day, your Milwaukee, your DeWalt's, all those are very similar in power, reliability. Yes, prematurely, I agree, Midwest. I do not like my M12s for that reason. I don't have one in here. Actually, I do. I have my chainsaw. I don't like this part right here is, you know, I mean, even right out of the box, these little clips. The 14.4 snap-on has the best fitment out of any 14 volt or 12 volt system. Snap-on has the best fitment, hands down. Oh yeah, Makita. Here we go. Don't forget Makita. Yeah, Makita didn't used to be. As I said before, I had a 14. I went to Makita. Yeah, cobalts are actually looking pretty promising too. I will say that. I have seen Tools and Trash has got some cobalt stuff that he's been beating the crap out of, and it's been holding up. Cornwall has deals on pliers. Does Mac? Yes, Dave Rusky. Mac has those plier sets, but they're a little more money. CJ, go wash up, buddy. Send me pics. I'm just kidding. Don't send me pics. M12 battery clips do suck. Snap-on 14.4 battery clips for the win for sure. Absolutely. Tool Cartel. No doubt about it. Never had a single 14.4 battery fitment issue on a Snap-on. They literally own the world on that. They have the best battery fitment, and I think that's where you start to have issues. That is the first failure point is just no different to me as being an avid firearms enthusiast. A magazine is no different than a battery. It feeds the tool the power. And where you have problems, it starts with here. This is all that matters. If you have a decent battery platform, then you're gonna have a decent tool. I think that everybody has surpassed quality in building good stuff nowadays. You know, and that all it comes down to now is battery. And I do know that, is it Milwaukee that uses the LG batteries? Or the Samsung batteries? Alright, Tool Cartel. Don't go too far. Bring me something too. Save me, but give me some dessert. I saw several 14.4 tool fitment batteries, deals, issues. None of them are bulletproof. I have yet to see any. I don't, but once again, I'm not as hard on my tools as everybody else is. So, what I do, I'm very stingy about how I take care of my tools. I don't abuse my warranties. I know guys that do. Larry, I had Makitas, and they were pretty good when they first came out, but then the 14.4 batteries were big, and they didn't last. Yep, jacks, they are tight. They are tight as a banjo string. Different parts of the country have different deals too. Freed died. What? I don't know how we got on Milwaukee warranty, but it definitely is pretty evident that there's a lot of talk about the warranty process with Milwaukee. There's a lot of different ways to skin that cat. That's a problem. I can tell you that much right there. There's no doubt about that. There is a lot of different ways to skin that cat, and that you can do however you can look at it however you want to, but there's a lot of different ways you can skin it. Brian Meadows, I heated up a couple bent over significant reasons. Is it? We had a big discussion going on here. A lot of people talking, a lot of good stuff moving along here. Pat Clark Barnes, how you doing? I miss you. It's painful to watch him work. Makita needs to make a new girlfriend. Thank you, Occupant. I appreciate it. Like I said, tools all have opinions, guys. I get it. Everybody gets their feeling hurts if somebody doesn't like something, and I really don't understand that. I'm just kind of watching you guys here in the chat. We'll see what... I didn't lose volume. I was just sitting here watching. Just sitting here watching. Good deal, Pat Clark Barnes. I did receive in one half of my order that I was waiting on for another tool haul. My feelings are hurt that you don't like... Well, a lot of people... That's... The problem is that... Not a fan of them, Midwest. Slippery as hell. Your hands get all oily and greasy, and they just... Because they're having a Thanksgiving Day, Mr. Subaru. That was definitely a disappointment. Definitely a bad deal. Montevello... Where's Montevello Mustang been? That guy's got more power tools than everybody on the face of the earth. He's had, like... My feelings. Trump or war. Prince Vlad, yeah. I think I've said that. Well, I didn't say Trump or war. I don't really care. I think we need to overthrow the government. Yeah, they're just not that, I mean, I was using one day to help my buddy, and we were moving an engine mount, and then bam. My hand slipped off. I remember the stinging. The stinging was the worst part. When they slipped off, because my fingers came right off the tip of my fingers, and the stinging was the worst. I have always had Mac pry bars, and they've always been good. I tossed all my Snap-on for Milwaukee. Don't go backwards. I tossed all my Milwaukee for Snap-on. You'll never convince me that the Milwaukee ratchets are better than the Snap-ons. Never. That switch on the back is one of the most dumbest. They have the worst design out of any ratchet ever on the market. Ever. Absolutely ever on the market. To switch the head on a Milwaukee ratchet is literally the dumbest thing. Why would you recess a switch that you have to reach and turn with your fingers? Somebody can give me a good reason why they did that, then maybe we'll have a... That's my biggest... And the paddle really doesn't bother me that much. It's the switch. The switch. Every damn ratchet on the market that's air, electric. The best that ratchet out there, the best ratchet design, hands down, is the SP Air Tools. They smoke everybody when it comes to that. The flathead air ratchets, they're shift on the fly too. My RL 550B presses are working overtime to get everybody supplied, loading. Yes, I've loaded up. I've got all mine loaded. Ballistic. She is. Ducati parts. Overthrow the government. Boogaloo. Yes. That's exactly all I'm saying is that needs to happen right there. You're 100% right. Aerostar Ramirez. Sorry, buddy. I missed you. I didn't mean to. I meant to say something. I missed you. We need a three-party system. I agree. This went political fast. It's because it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know tonight. I really don't know. I'm so confused about what's going on this week. It's been an absolute damn mess. Just I've had more people trolling on my channel this week than absolutely. It's just unbelievable, the absolute negativity on my channel. I'm all about it, but stay quiet on here. Yeah, well, no, they already shut down my channel last week. Oh, yeah, no joke, they did. They'll probably do it again now because you guys were talking about that in the chat. No joke. They literally shut down my live stream last week. Deleted. I didn't get a strike or anything. They deleted it. Because I said I wanted to, yeah. Still lost us. Yeah, that's just dumb. It's just dumb. It's dumb. Why do people not see this? You cannot, we can't be this divided. I'm trying my hardest to not, be negative towards people. It is dumb. I mean, people are so naive to see that the country's split. It doesn't matter who wins at this point. 50% of the nation doesn't agree with the other 50%. That's the biggest problem with this all. Yeah, it's dumb, Midwest. It's dumb. I don't even care. I didn't even vote for either one of them. How about that? I voted for Joe Jorgensen. I voted completely who I felt was the best choice. I voted for Trump before, and I was going to vote for Trump up until all the riots took place and everything that's been going on. The Democrats have just been so ridiculous and relentless about getting him out of office. I am tired of it. I am sick of it all. I was sick of the ads, sick of everything. Is Russian porn highly illegal? Oh, man. Trev, how you doing, buddy? Kevin Lamar, how you doing, man? I remember when people voted for Pat Paulson. Hell yeah. Where's old Pat Paulson? I haven't seen him for a while. You know what? I haven't seen Pat Paulson for quite some time. Speaking of that, he's one of my favorite subscribers. Piston Honda, American just needs to separate into two nations. Winner takes all. Well, we know that wouldn't last for long, Piston Honda. Be honest with you. Mayhew pry bars are worth it. Absolutely, Jaron. Agree with it. In fact, I wouldn't even buy. Honestly, no, my blood pressure's good, Richard Riley. I'm good. Ross Perot. Look at him. He had it. Ross Perot had it won, and he left the race. Hell, that was clear back when I was in 8th grade. I had to do a whole thing on Ross Perot. He had the whole election won. And then he just dropped out. Oh, yeah, I know, JC. That's the thing. It's just stupid. I mean, basically, whoever cries the most. Like, do you think if we do that when, if let's just say Biden becomes president, if we sit there and do that to them, how does that make us any better? At some point, the bigger people have to be. I think that's the problem is Democrats don't know how to be bigger people and, just do the right thing. Midwest, I have a pretty good feeling that with Michigan being taken, that it's not gonna happen. There's no way. I just don't see it. Michigan and Nevada, there's not enough. He doesn't have it. The race is close everywhere. I'm probably gonna have to delete this stream after I get done, guys. Too much political talk, but you know what? You guys are my friends. You know what? At the end of the day, Magnus Williams, you guys are my friends. So I consider when I come on here, you guys are my friends. I just talk to you like we were having a conversation and we were sitting somewhere. That's all there is to it. Exactly, JC. It is all corrupt, and I like to be facetious when it comes to politics. I'll be honest with you. I like to be really facetious, and I will mess with somebody on both sides. That is my thing. Yes, Mr. Subaru has 3/4-inch snap-on tools. Perfect. Chimed in right at the same time. Thank you, Doug Days. I appreciate that. Yes, there you go. Mr. Subaru's on it. Free speech is dead. That's exactly right. You are 100% right, James. That is the biggest part is they are taking away the First Amendment. Nobody, you can just delete it 100%. Yeah. I can guarantee you this. People are not going to be allowed to say what they want to say anymore when it's all said and done. Because they want to control everything that's said out of everybody's mouth. Let's get off of that. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear, that. For half of us, the means overturned. The other half need to save space, confuse the restrooms use. Oh, Tom, you're 100% right. I don't hate Democrats, though. I have Democratic friends, and I just don't even talk about politics in front of them. If anybody's upset and you're a Democrat, please feel free to, say something. I'm not making fun of you. I don't disagree with some of your stuff. I really don't believe that everything the Democrats have to do is bad. All wars are religious wars. Man, Prince Vlad, you were on it. I have a vintage 3/4-inch snap-on head. Trev, you have a awesome ratchet. Mr. Subaru's got pictures up on his Instagram. I have a 3/4-inch Proto Challenger sockets, but don't have a 3/4-inch ratchet. I personally, if you don't want to spend the $600, I really do like the Matco. I looked at an Easy Red. I'm supposed to be doing a video on it. And quite frankly, I think the Matco, for me and anybody who's not going to use it as much as I do, $600 for a snap-on ratchet. This is not made by Easy Red, but made by a manufacturer that basically does like Easy Red. That's why people get them confused. This one has a quick button release, and it has 4 locking positions. It is much different than the Easy Red. And I'm pretty sure. Go Trey Growdy. $90 for a handle. How much would you want for just the that $200? They're $200 for these. I don't know that your snap-on's gonna fit on this handle though. You can't just I think it was Eric from Works for Tools. We talked about this before. He thought he was going to be smart because he had a snap-on head, and he bought a right wrench handle. Come to find out, the right wrench didn't fit on the snap-on. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. Mr. Subaru, You gotta you better know when you go to the Snap-ons are a different size head than what these are. I think I have a tape measure. Let me measure it real quick. Actually, I have a micrometer here. Let's just go ahead and measure this. So you see how that's pretty small. I don't know if the Snap-on one's that big. Let's just measure this right here. Roger Dyer, I have nowhere I know you can get 30/30. I haven't used it yet, AgTech. Yeah, I am not going to use this a ton. I used it for one job. I went out and was working on my buddy's tractor with him. That's why I bought it, and it worked just fine. Let's look at the diameter of this, though, so you can get specs on it. Because you really do need to know. I know Eric works from Tools. I think it was Eric. He had a Snap-on ratchet, so he bought the right Tools handle, because I think they were like 60 or 70 bucks from Right, and they don't fit. The Snap-on and those don't fit. What do you guys want this in? Millimeters or inches or? So this one's 21.85 millimeters, or there's your diameter. Now, measure, if you have a micrometer, measure the inside of your handle. I would recommend getting the Snap-on handle, just like Mr. Subaru posted up here. Because honestly, I know that's one will fit. Princess Jamie, see you later. You got a hot date? Oh, got a special friend coming. Well, that's nice. Jamie's got a hot date. That's awesome. Congratulations. I have a lot of 22 ammo, I can tell you that. You're definitely going to be better off just buying the, yes, you're definitely just better off buying the Snap-on handle. This ratchet I got for, well, I bought this one for 180. I got a deal on this. The Snap-on guy ordered it in for a guy, and he was afraid he would never sell it because he never had anybody buy a 3/4 inch ratchet. He offered it to me for $180. So that's why I jumped on it. The Easy Red is right around 140. I don't plan on doing anything crazy with this. I don't use a ton. I have a full 3/4 inch socket set and a small one. Have a good night and a great week. RS. I got primers I'll sell for 150 bucks a thousand. Right, Brian Meadows. A lot of guys have the Easy Red one. I just like the features better on this. I like this. I like the quick release part. That's the one thing I did like. I got a crackhead deal for a 3/4 inch. I got to find a crackhead deal. Yes. You can buy an Easy Red for dirt cheap, Midwest. You can buy them for 100 bucks for the extendable ratchets. I'd say if you're not using them a bunch, for a guy that's using them, I would really like to have a Snap-on. The Snap-on one is really nice. I used to use a Snap-on one because the guy that worked in our shop, before he quit, that's what he had. So when we were doing pinions on Fords, it always is a pain in the ass to do pinions. You got to basically hold them with a giant pipe wrench to do your set your backlash on a pinion. It is a, I don't know, the Fords are just terrible. They won't fit my ratchet head. I need an L72RL. Yeah. There's some kind of deal with it, I know, because that's what Eric was telling me about when he was talking about it. There's some kind of weird finagly deal with I don't know why my nose is running. Sorry, I know it's not very polite to do on camera, but we're guys. Just pretend we're in the shop. Don't get started on the Milwaukee one, Doug Days. We already went through that mess. That was almost as bad as election. Proto Challenger. Yes, for what you paid for your Proto Challenger sockets, you got a smoking deal. Finally got these bad boys in today, too. Really excited to have all those in. No, Doug, it's all good. What's your system, AgTech? I'm curious. I made a fixture of the bolts from the yoke, doing pinions at rest against the floor. That's probably would be the smartest thing to do and lay underneath there, JC. The problem is with doing an impact is, I guess maybe because we don't use 3/4 inch impacts. That might be the other problem. Man, Fords are something else. Oh, these were just the Koken ones. I had the 3/8 Koken set of nut grips come in. They were on back order. I got Koken stuff that's on back order that keeps trickling in. Yeah, suppressive fire 77, you can't. Cornwell is very, very loyal to their dealers, unlike any other tool company. That means that they will only sell through their dealers. Is that good and bad? Yes. I actually talked to Cornwell about this a couple weeks ago. I sent him a message and I said, hey guys, really would love to be able to have some of my subscribers get your stuff, put their, try it so they could see how they like it and they could, and they just were not into it. Yeah, Tiger tools are pretty awesome, JC. They are definitely the cat's ass. A lot of Snap-on stuff was rebranded. CP, are you loaded on powder? Oh yeah, I have like 16 pounds. I have 16 pounds and I have 30,000 primer still. Oh yeah, trust me. There's no. I'm good. I could literally sit here in my house and hunker down for a year. It is about dip time, Jaron. How did you know? How did you know? I'm looking for a good engine to support bar snap. Wants 300 to what? I'm looking for a good engine bar support. No, I did not, Doug. I sold Mac. AgTech, who you woke for? I bought a bike for 35. Yeah, I didn't get to watch that video yet, JC. I'm definitely going to. That is a cool ass project you're doing on that backhoe. I love it, man. It is awesome. You know what? You know what I like about your channel, JC, is you're not scared to just jump in and modify shit. There ain't no joke about it. You will get right into it and go right. I tell you what, that's hard for even me to do. I literally try to plan out way too much. Anyone here have any Lagana tools? No. I have some Cornwall items that they sold online that would probably make through. Yeah, I agree, suppressive fire. Trust me. I ordered older one, 1996, 2001, but mainly did older ones. CP, I almost bought the same Max box, but the Snap-on got me and consensual thought. And lubed. Trev. Oh, God. Oh. Whoa. JC, I put my Tiger Tool Class 8 yoke puller to the test all the time. Tiger Tool ain't no joke. You work for John Deere. Oh, yeah. Fords are just, the rear ends on them are just terrible on the Fords. If you use your impact, you would have the same old crush sleeve, or you wouldn't be able to tell when the sleeve crushes. Shitty way of doing it. Jax, I definitely, that's why I don't use an impact. I wasn't going to say that because I don't want to dog on anybody. But, some people do it their own way, but to do a rollout, to do your run out on your pinion and stuff like that, I definitely agree. To do it right, you have to do it with a ratchet and get your backlash set right. 100% agree with that. I'm nuts. JC, I love it. Yeah, man, dude, I would love to see a lot of you got. But the thing is, your finishing project, man, you're just absolutely fast. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I watch YouTube channels that aren't even. You're pumping a video out in 2 weeks of the entire start to finish. Hands tingle when it finally comes off. Brian Meadows, I hate that feeling. My local hardware store has an Esco 3/4 inch ratchet made in the USA for $75, $77. Huh. Yeah, you know what? I only need them for. I have a couple of farm out. Tarek, what's up, man? F you off, you and your tools. You disgust me more than Dave. Tarek, I thank you, buddy. Where you been at, Tarek? I haven't seen you forever, man. Are you all right? I don't know. I just don't understand it. I don't even get to talk to you anymore. I just don't like this not being able to talk to you anymore. I would definitely, I would like to see the process of how maybe it's just me, old school, and not knowing how to do it well with. It's not like we do a ton of Ford pinions, and I really don't like to. Good night, Josh. I just feel safer with doing it the way I do. I like the fact that you made a tool to get on the pinion to hold it. We got a lot of trucks here. You know what I noticed too about YouTube? I noticed that in my part of the country, the trucks versus cars, we do so many truck repairs. We were kind of looking at some stuff. We do so many truck repairs that 75% of our work is done on SUVs and trucks. That's no joke. Work slam. My cousin got shot over. What? What? My cousin got shot just over a week ago. Took 4 total. What? You got to be kidding me. What is going on in Oregon? Blue Gloves. What is good? Dodge 2000 to 2002 Ford ball joints. Really? Oh, dude, Blue Gloves. I will say that's made by Sealy. I said it wrong on the video, and one guy corrected me. I thought I said Sealy, and I said Sheely. I get them confused all the time. My words blend together, and I babble on all that like that. My mind knows the right thing. My mouth doesn't spit it out the same way. But Sealy makes that kit. It is damn expensive, but it looks like probably one of the best ball joint kits on the market, unfortunately. Exclusive to Matco. Got the ball joint replacement and heater core from Ultima tomorrow, but it's for my nephew. That'll be a fun job. I want to say, did I do? Yeah, we did that Ultima. That's a full dash removal. That'll be fun, Midwest. That'll be some good video content. Mr. Swindell's back. Were you already here, Mike? I thought you were. Good night, Bill. Did I miss Bill? What is going on? I still got you playing. Check back when I can. Matt, that's cool. Texas here, 99% of the trucks, 1% of the cars. Yeah, different parts of the countries are definitely going to have different stuff. Nissans are a nightmare. Yes, they 100% are, Mr. Subaru. I totally agree. Nissan is getting worse too. I believe I heard that Nissan will have their own programming, just like Chrysler, kind of. Will have their own Chrysler programming. Let me take this phone call. Let's take a phone call. We're on the line here, shall we? Hello. Not much. What's going on with you? What about it? Didn't you go through that class? Oh. Oh, they're not coming out? Go ahead, caller. You're live with CP. All right, buddy. Yep. Yeah. I seen your comment, Mr. Subaru. Yes, the turbo variable turbo. Yeah, Nissan is hell. You can't even get Nissan. You can't even You can't do any programming with the Nissan transmissions like in the early 2015s. No. Oh boy. Might as well be. Yeah, sir. Go ahead. Oh, I thought it was already. Oh, so you got to take two of them. Gotcha. I got you. I got you. I don't think anybody here. I don't think anybody's in here that's probably got. Anybody got any lab scope? Or not lab scope. He's got this new Altel, the Maxi with the. Trying to figure out to do ignition systems. Pretty sure you got to hook one up to the trigger, which you've got to find a trigger for your ignition would be your power going into your ignition, and then you're going to need to put it on the number 1 cylinder, number 3, or something like that. Let's see, you got 4 wires, so your scope wires. You got one that goes to the trigger, one that goes to a signal, which would be your cylinder, and then you would have one that would go to your ground. Yes, doing a spark waveform, Mr. Subaru. All right, but yes, doing a spark waveform. Just got a new, I can't speak today. I literally can't talk. It must be my hair. It's growing too long. Got a Pico scope for the Altel. The new Altel Pico scope. I have not played around with it much. I don't know how they hook it up. Wow. You got a fuel knock again on the Chevy? Unbelievable. Didn't you just put a new injector in it? East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Yeah. I put a 3-week deadline on the backhoe with sub-router project. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Go ahead, caller. Tell him you can't put out. You're live. Oh, yeah. Yep, third one on an 8-cylinder. Unbelievable. Are you doing Riley injectors? Damn. I used to do podcasts before Midwest, and just wasn't. I don't know. I can't sit and talk without having any interaction. I started droning off. I wasn't as good at them. I did a podcast for shooting. It's out there. There's some out there. I've got a podcast for CP shooting podcast or something. I can't remember what it was. I can't even remember where it's at because I started doing them like 4 years ago. That's what really got me into doing this. Bosch remands, huh? So how's your cousin doing, Tarek? Are you still in here? Everyone says they want to be a mechanic until they have to actually be a mechanic. I'll tell you what, Trev. You know what I'm doing now? I'm narrowing down the makes and models. So I'm not working on Nissans. I am not working on Volvos. I am not working on BMWs. The more complicated the systems and the computers require, the less I'm doing on them. These independent shops are going to become more specialized. I will tell you that much. You're going to find out that these independent shops are going to have. I know a guy now that's doing all full Volkswagen here, and he is swamped. I know a guy that does all BMW and Mercedes here, swamped. You're going to have guys that specialize in Nissan and Honda. There's a guy that does Hondas. He's swamped. That's all he does is Hondas. You're going to find out that these shops, these independent shops, are going to be coming up where they're going to only specialize. Honestly, it's getting way out of control. Like, just the Nissan doing what they're doing, they're absolutely a nightmare. Just like Mr. Subaru said, they're an absolute nightmare. And he has an actual, his dad works for Nissan. Yes. Deer case here, yep. Specialized too. I only work on junk. Quite frankly, some days I would rather work on junk. Stuff that I used to call junk, I don't think of it as being so hard anymore. Honestly, to tell you the truth. It just seems so much more mindless. Still in the ICU, missing most of the lung and some intestinal problems. Wow. That is crazy. That is absolutely freaking crazy. I can't believe it. I mean... Isn't that just satisfying? Something about just listening to a Ratchet is like almost meditation to me. You know, I will say, I carry my stupid quarter-inch Coke around with me all day. And that's what I do when I'm bored. This is a fidget spinner for a man. And this is what I do now. Kevin Lamar, that would not be a bad deal. You know, man, I really like those old Sterling trucks. Yes, prayers for your cousin, Tarek. That is, I mean, that's bad. That's unbelievable. I'm sorry, I didn't even, I definitely, well, that's pretty much all I do, Jaron. I don't need to do anything else. I don't want to pull transmissions. I'd rather do electrical work, chase wires. There's enough of that to be done. This morning I had to go help a guy. Had to run some errands. Had to go help a guy this morning who had some electrical issues. We found the problem. Yes, drivability work is definitely... And you know what the sad part is, Robert? Nobody wants to do it. Who in the right mind? A lot of guys want to do it, Trev. That's some guys. Armin, you're at a wedding? Congratulations. Tell whoever's getting married, CP says congratulations. I can't hear crap from the music. Hold on a second. I got to text Armin. Wow. I swear I've got valve train issues. No clue. Last adjustment. Huh. You know what? You very well could. You very well could. At 165K, it sucks, but I've heard... I can't believe this. Superbikes. Armin's got one of his techs rented 2 Lamborghini Hurricanes for him and I. That's crazy. Jesus. I'm in the wrong business. Still trying to talk mama into deck and counter bore stuff class 8. The almost 20K has never worried her. Oh yeah. Any diesel out there pretty much is, Robert. We had one that had I wonder if I got pictures of it. I couldn't find them now if I wanted to. But we did a Ford. Every single valve was cracked. Unbelievable on it. For the most part, just drivability. I'll get a call from a buddy of mine and help him out. A couple other guys. I go out to some shops outside of town, and sometimes they'll drop a car off to me. Yes, Trev. I got my ass kicked by a BMW the last time I lost a fight, and I decided I was done with that. Older 03 BMW M3 had transmission issues, and I can't keep up with the computers for everything. You got to have so many computers to do so many cars. You can't just get by like you used to be able to. So limit it to whatever I'm capable with the scan tools I own. Yes, Trev. Yeah, the electrical is not that. It's not terribly crazy. I mean, like, Autobahn Dan works on BMWs, and he gets along with them. Like he says, they're just like GMs once you get to know them. And I agree. There's nothing terrible. There's some specialty tools you got to have. You know, it's good to know a guy like that because you can ask him questions, but it was frustrating. I had a pile of them, and it just kept getting beat down. We had one that had a brake issue. I mean, this is a stupid thing. The brakes, pretty sure he put the wrong brake fluid in it, destroyed the whole brake system. I mean, there's so many things. People have so many bad habits with owning cars. Some people shouldn't own cars. That's all there is to it. Yes, German tools, yes, German cars, never. Ha! That's awesome. I desperately need a scan tool. Doug, I love my Launch for a decent, cheap scan tool for doing mobile stuff, but the Altel is what I use. And me and Mr. Subaru, we certainly have had our conversation about those. He loves the Snap-on scan tools. He also has a bootlegged one. And he's a little bit better with software programming than I am. I'm pretty old school. I got some old school ways of doing shit that get me by, you know. A lot of guys have cylinder leak down testers. I use a compression tester and I just pull the Schrader valve out. You don't need a leak down tester. A lot of people think you need to buy a leak down tester. But if you pull a Schrader valve out of your compression tester, it's the same damn thing. You know, like that's what I do with that. Why would you buy a cylinder leak down tester? Screw your compression tester into the cylinder, and then just crank it over. And then see if the cylinder leaks down. I really don't. I like my Launch better than I do the Altel. Maybe it's because I'm more familiar with it. My Altel is just fast. I had to hit up Humble Mechanic last month, VW. Luckily, he's just up the road. Yes. You know, guys, there's a very beautiful thing about a lot of good mechanics on YouTube is that when you run into problems, I don't know everything. Somebody else doesn't know everything. It's awesome to be able to reach out into this community and talk to it. And I have literally done that. And I can tell you that there's not a day that goes by. I know that Eric O does a lot of diagnostic stuff, and he's amazing. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if it's just because he gets the same vehicles in, but it feels like to me I get a new problem every week. Undoubtedly. New problem every week. You guys use scanners? God, I wish I was rich. Oh, I like Brad. Brad's a good dude. I have a sip of Innovativa. Totally nice when it comes to diag. Yeah, for a guy that's doing it. The only reason I have to have a launch is because I need bi-directional controls. There's no way I could do my job. Bi-directionals are absolutely key. I work on heavy equipment, and sometimes we get an excavator with Japan with everything Japanese. All the stickers are Japanese. We have had guy come and change everything back. It sucks. Wow. That's unbelievable. I know a guy that put 10W30 in his brakes. What? Are you kidding me, AgTech? Unbelievable. I got to moving around here. I paid a solid price for almost all semi-heads. Apex. Gonna fall through the couch. I also have dropped a lot of 70s to 90s max in the port of Baltimore. Shipped to Nigeria. Okay. I desperately need a decent scan tool. I wonder how many people have messaged Erico. Oh, I heard it here first. CP is buy. I'm definitely not buy. Scanner Danner taught me as much as more than any tech did. I have watched a lot of Scanner Danner stuff. I wish I had more time. Erico is a stud. Scanner Danner is really a stud. There's a lot of awesome. Keith DeFazio is pretty awesome too, guys. Keith DeFazio is a stud. A lot of those guys are, but you know, they show videos, and I think they have already done these problems. I think everybody gets different problems in different parts of the country. Like, I wouldn't expect a guy that lives in Florida to probably have the same electrical problems that a guy that lives in Iowa does, just because of salt and rust. You know, where we have a car that rusts in a certain spot and maybe wear a wire through, a guy in Florida probably won't run through that deal. So, it's kind of one of those things. Dan's book is a cheat sheet. My friend called me in the middle of the servicing his car to ask why it was taking so long to drain the engine oil to come out. And it was a bad oh my God. Yeah, I could only imagine too. I know the questions I get, and I know the questions some guys get that on YouTube that have big channels, and it's relentless. It took me 2 weeks to get a question back from my buddy who has a channel that's close to 500,000. He said, I sent him an email, and he was like, dude, I'm so sorry. That day I got swamped and got 120 emails in one day. 120. It's insane. You have to search through that. Why is CP's live so lit? I don't know, Trev. Y'all need to buy Paul Danner's book. Really bad trans oil. We got the real salt life here in the Midwest. Occupant, there's no joke about it. It's completely different. Hunter Skinner, Ryan Meadows, wish that was way on semi-trucks for electrical issues. Right? Yeah, Brian Meadows, it's even worse for you guys. There's nobody that's really out there doing that much stuff on diagnostic on semis. You guys got to go through guys through the dealerships probably, huh? Wes Work. Yes, watch Wes Work. He's a pretty cool guy too. He's over in Illinois. I talked to him. Really nice guy. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I've just been amazed with Erico and GM showing where the wires will break in the middle of the harness. It's, that's something, Hunter, you come across. I mean, there's times where people, like, I know there's on my truck, for instance, that's why I drive my truck, because if anything breaks, it's like I almost know exactly what's going to happen. They had the same problems over and over. I got an idea. We all just pitch our money together, get a couple of best scanners, and everyone take turns each week. Deal? Right? Trev? That'd be super awesome. Except for them, one person wouldn't ship it, and then we'd all be pissed and have to run them down. In a perfect world, Trev, that would be great. In a perfect world. GMs have had wiring harness. Yes, Jaron, they absolutely have. Spending 2 hours on the phone with Detroit, software updates, messes up the CPU. Yeah. I've got a snappy compact lithium jump packs. That's Mr. Subaru, or not Mr. Subaru, Bearded CB has that same one. He's had really good luck with it. I personally think that's probably the best one to get. I can tell you the Nocos are definitely not as good as they claim to be. Because I can't wait till this winter, because I'm going to literally show everybody, instead of just telling people, I'm going to show them how terrible my GB40 is. The thing will not even start a dead battery in a 4-cylinder car. It is absolutely garbage. Hot garbage. Had it for several years, jumped my Duramax now. Yeah, I can believe it, Mr. Subaru. Brandon showed me his, and he said that it sat in his truck for almost 6 months, and it still had 80% battery in it. And he used it to jump 2 cars. One of those reasons why they use a quality battery, though. They probably use a real legit quality lithium battery. I believe the Nocos are using junk batteries in them. And they charge an arm and a leg for them. You might as well buy a Snap-on, honestly, than buy the Nocos. Yeah, I think he's been busy. I talked to him a couple times, Occupant. I just don't know. I think, well, I can tell you this much. He got screwed at his shop. I can tell you that much. The poor fella got screwed because of, once again, the history of drama on YouTube. I don't want to get this started up, but I can tell you this much. People that have been around causing problems on YouTube for a long time, and this is why I am always so upset with certain people, is because the people that they started into doing that are the reasons why some people are not allowed to do things on their channel anymore. I'll just go with that. The long and short of it. Because of drama. Because of drama. Quite frankly, they can't do anything to me because I have my own channel, I do my own thing. That's why I'm at my house. I'm not interfering with anybody's business. That's why I'm not doing videos in anybody's business. I don't need some idiot calling people and causing problems. And that's exactly what happened. It's just terrible. No-go. Yeah, the no-go is a no-go. Yeah, Occupant. That's all I got to say about that. It is unfortunate and sad. It really pissed me off for a long time. Yep. AgTech, that all has to stem from the same people that you hear names come up with every single time. That nobody ever talks about because nobody ever gets into that because it's too complicated and it's stupid. But they'll tell you everybody else is bad. They'll sit there and tell you how horrible somebody else's channel is. Yet, their little minions are the ones that caused all the problems. And they allowed that. If anybody on my channel were to go over and troll somebody's channel and I found out about it, I would deal with it myself 100% personally. Without a doubt. I do not accept people going over. I can take care of myself. If I have a problem with somebody, I will let them know. I am not scared 100%. I will literally confront somebody and ask them face to face. And that's exactly what I've done every single time. I've had conversations with the people. Well, I can take that back, except for one guy. I just don't care to have a conversation. Midwest Tool, it really ruined 2 channels. 2 guys, really nice guys, who were doing nothing wrong. It ruined their channels. But unfortunately, what you probably think you know, you probably don't know. I will tell you that much. Because they only tell one side of the story. They don't tell the whole story. That's what pissed me off about the whole deal and gets me fired up. No, it has nothing to do with the junkie. I can tell you that much. He is involved in the drama. But, so I've been involved in the drama too, but it's not just him. It's the same 3 guys that are involved with it every single time. From the history of starting this, the tool community, the same 3 guys have caused the same 3 problems every single time. Yes, exactly, Trev. Bill Beckett, I have no reason to not tell the truth. That's all there is to it. I don't care. I mean, I'm not. I got 3,500 subscribers, and I consider everybody my friend. I come here to do YouTube videos and just show people new stuff and have fun. Yeah, there you go, Mr. Subaru. There's another problem. But when you literally allow a person to go over and harass another channel so bad that they're calling death threats, you started this guy to do this, and you allowed it to happen, and you kept egging him on to do it. And these people that troll other channels, I don't care who you are, it's wrong. I don't care who you are, it's wrong. Leave people alone if you're not involved in the situation. That's all there is to it. I don't go and get on other people's. I have said things to some people. I have said stuff to the Den of Tools. And I have said stuff to a couple other guys. But I take care of it myself. You don't need to go do it. If somebody's got a problem with somebody, this isn't a gang war. You guys are not my gang members. I don't need you to go take care of my problem. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I literally am not scared of any of these guys. Yes. These guys don't bother me one single bit. I have no doubt in my mind that their capabilities are beneath me. Without a doubt. They are white-collar YouTube mechanics. Cancel culture is alive and thriving, and it needs to. Yeah, Hunter Skinner, exactly. Honestly, if I have a problem with something, I made a mistake of going over. Yes, Robert, 100% correct. Absolutely, Robert. I seen the message. The thing about it is that DIY guys, I don't have a problem with them, DIY guys, but you can't tell a mechanic how to do his job. It's his profession, it's his career, it's his passion, it's his trade. I don't tell an electrician what to do. I don't tell a plumber what to do. I don't tell a lawyer what to do. I don't tell a doctor what to do. And if a doctor wanted to use this or that, that's his choice. A framer a framer wants to buy a stiletto hammer, if you guys know what a stiletto hammer is, that's his prerogative. He might enjoy using a stiletto hammer. I don't care. And a stiletto is expensive. And another guy can only afford to use a Stanley Fat Max or whatever, East Wing or whatnot. That's his choice. But it's a professional's opinion of what they want to use. All I want to do is just show people stuff. I want to show people new stuff and cool ways to do stuff and use stuff. Tips and tricks that I've learned. That's it. That's all there is to it. Because they do, though, James. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It really does. They get on my channel, they get on everybody else's channel, and they say, you're stupid for buying Snap-on, you're stupid for buying this and that. You know what? There's some cases I could probably go without some of those tools, but at the end of the day, it's my money. And when people try to tell me, like I had a guy that got on my channel and told me recently, what was it, today or yesterday, that I was stupid and in debt from buying Snap-on. Oh, it was on my Instagram. Got on my Instagram, told me that I was in debt, was ignorant. I was like, huh, that's interesting. Well, that's funny. Good to know that. I'm glad you can tell me how I am, how my financial situation is. You have no clue what my financial situation is. How can you tell somebody what their financial situation is when you don't? I don't have any Snap-on, Mac, Cornwall Credit, any of those. $235, Doug. Yeah, there you go. Jason Spellman, how you doing? Bingo, yeah, I'm a welder fabricator. If I'm being able to, yeah, you can't, when you're using shit every day, it's all about what's comfort to you. Why would a DIYer want Snap-on Mac? Because I like what I buy. Exactly. James, it's your prerogative. Do what you want to do. You know? You don't have to buy it. I literally give you options on my channel. I say, look, if you don't want to spend the money on this, and not only that, James, you've done plenty of videos where you showed that you can go to a pawn store and buy used Snap-on tools for a decent and fair price. So, what the hell? You know, like, I don't get it. Like, you know, there's so many options out there for tools. What the hell do you seem that you need to express your opinion about it on someone's channel and like, you know, if I want to tell somebody I don't like something, I'd rather have a conversation with them and not be mad at them at the end of the day. I really do. I really don't have any issues with saying to somebody, hey, you know, or if I'm wrong, people have told me I'm wrong. I'm fine with it, you know. Mr. Subaru's correct me. We're friends. You know, I'm not mad at him for correcting me. I don't have an ego like that. I'm not right about everything. I'm not God. What the hell is that noise? Oh, is that my phone buzzing? Ha! I'm sitting here listening to the noise. I buy nothing but Cornwell Matco off the truck, boy. Rob G, I honestly think you can, you know, I have never had a problem buying off tool trucks. I am not disappointed in my purchases. You know, I am totally satisfied, and I own probably at least 80 to, well, I own probably 90% of my tools easily, outright. I can assure you this much. If I had to pay off my tool dealer, I could do it in 2 weeks. No problem. I own a lot more tools than I know a lot of guys do. Snap-on and Mac tomorrow, Ashley. Haters gonna, yeah, they are. It's gonna be the... What the hell is that noise? I got like a... You alright, Henry? Oh, I'm a... Yeah, Gucci from McCann. I am a tool snob too, Robert. I like nice stuff, but I'm not probably as staunch of a tool snob. You know, I mean, obviously I'll buy a few things that are, you know, a little bit less... you know, I mean, there's a few things that I'll skimp out on. I've always been that way. I spread the love around a lot. I mean, if I'm not going to use it a lot, chances are I'll avoid the warranty. But the biggest thing for me is I don't want to have to deal with warranty. That is, you obviously see the whole Milwaukee conversation with me is because I had to deal with a warranty more than once. If I can't hand somebody something and they either order for me and get me another tool, I don't want it. I really don't want it. And unless I'm going to know that I'm going to break it and, you know, if I know that I'm going to break it and I need to have it replaced, yes, I agree. Totally agree. I think we're all in agreement. I always buy an electric plug-in hammer. I don't even know. When people say Harbor Freight is junk, I ask them, put Snap-on on it in the side box. They would put any Toolbox brand and slip seat truck. They all say no. When people say Harbor Freight is junk, I ask them, would they put Snap-on on a side box? Okay. And would they put any Toolbox brand in slip seat truck? Snap-on 0, Matco 84, MacBill 321. Mine's a little bit more substantial than that, but not very much. And I have Cornwell too. In all total, and you know what the other thing is? I will tell you this much right now. A lot of guys don't understand, but most mechanics will never pay off a tool guy because they want the tool guy to come back and have a reason to come back. Because sometimes when you pay a tool guy off, he will miss you. If you pay a tool guy off, he won't show up around. So a lot of guys will pay tool guys till they're down to $100 or so, and then just keep them. And I've always been like that. Well, you live close enough to Wadesworth. Probably would be a day's drive for you, I suppose, if you're in Indiana. I can't believe that it'd be too far for you to drive to Wadesworth. And well, there's got to be a Cornwall guy around you. I can't imagine how there isn't. See, if you want to laugh legit, look up electronic plug-in hammer. You'll laugh super hard now. Okay, I'm going to do that. He still shows every 3 weeks. Yeah, that's a bad tool truck guy right there. You know as well as I do. That's ridiculous, Mr. Subaru. That would make me feel uncomfortable as a tool truck dealer. I have a love-hate with them, Jern. So I kind of want to get one, but honestly, at this point, I am not going out of my way to buy too many more Ratchets. I can tell you that much. Tool Guy Ty, what's up? I had one guy today, I think I showed this to Mr. Subaru, one guy today told me my Koken tool video, that my Koken tools look like Duralast. I don't remember what he said. I'll pass. And I was just like, I was like, man, I don't get it. Pure negativity. They look like shit, he said. Another troll. It is what it is at the end of the day. Low gauge tool for a premium price, or was that? It might have been I sent it to Autobands. I don't remember. Yes. You have the option to buy. Everybody has the same option everybody else does. You can buy what you want. You know? At the end of the day, you can buy exactly what you want. You know, this world does not revolve. Lou Sandoval, what's up, man? Picked up a new rifle. That's awesome. Maybe that guy was coking joking. Oh, God. Yeah, I was just like, I'm just going to delete shit. I'm going to delete you and block you if you say something negative and stupid. I'm not even going to waste my time. It's not worth it. The bigger you get, you know, the sad part about it is I don't know how you've not had that many problems, Robert. You have a pretty big channel, but I like talking to some other guys that I know. They literally tell me about the amount of hate that they get. And it's just absolutely crazy. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, dude. It's absolutely crazy some of these guys get on bigger channels. Like, I know for a fact that one channel of my buddies, and he's right around 500,000 now, he said that in a week's time, he literally has to, he's got his keywords set up. I think he's got some different programming going on now where it automatically, he's got a ton that go into review right away now. And he said that he had over 100 people in a week for almost 6 weeks straight that were just running their mouth. 100, could you imagine having to deal with 100 idiots a week? But you got to think of the percentage. That's not even 1% of 500,000. I just showed them. I haven't done a review on them yet. My Mac 66. They got your phone bug. My tool dealers only come every 2 weeks. Well, that's because you're in Canada where it's like 100 miles apart from every place, I'll bet, huh? 2 weeks wouldn't be bad, really, to be honest with you. I could do 2 weeks anymore. I don't need that many tools every week. I don't see my tool guy maybe once a month. I just don't have time. Don't have time or the need. Some people have more time than others to play around on the tool truck. I don't. I can tell you that much. If I see 1 or 2 tool trucks, maybe, I see 4 tool trucks a month. Let's just put it to you that way. And that's plenty of time for me. I don't need to see them every single day. A, it's better for me for making payments on stuff and get it knocked way down. And B, it's just, that's all I need. I don't need that many tools anymore. Hell, if you're seeing a tool truck every week and you're not buying stuff off him, you're wasting his time anyways. He's coming to your shop. There's no way. I couldn't do it. I'm too old to be busting elbows and knuckles with cheap tools, so I actually working for the truck. Yeah, Kevin, I agree. Had a sub text me this week to my personal cell. Not sure. Wow. Are you shitting me? What? Are you shitting me? Did he know somebody that knew you? Did he tell you where he got you? Dude, I would freak out if something like that happened to me. My Snap-on guy has treated me pretty good lately. Just gave me better deal on a gently used KRL 722. Yeah. Man, I tell you what, I really like good dealers. They really are beneficial, and they would make... If everybody had a good dealer, they would really... The whole thing would be a whole moot point. But there's been a lot of bad dealers that have gave a lot of tool trucks a bad name. Had nothing to do with the snappy truck, so I bought 8-ounce ball peen dead blow. Awesome. First thing this morning on Facebook, a guy called my Ratchets garbage. Unfreaking believable. Like, I mean, people are just negative and hateful right now, and I honestly think it has a lot to do with the way the world is. We have this just, you don't see somebody face to face. People don't know how to treat people anymore with respect. That's what it all boils down to. People have literally lost the respect that they're supposed to have. Every person that I've ever had a problem with on YouTube has literally said something negative to me first. I am definitely not the controversial person that usually starts something. So when I had a problem with the Den of Tools, the reason why I had a problem with the Den of Tools is because I literally got on his channel and I made a comment and he made a snarky ass comment back to me. I didn't even say anything what I thought was remotely bad. I just said, I don't believe that you're correct on... All I said was, I think you're wrong about Snap-on being as terrible as you say it is. I think that Harbor Freight is way worse of a company, and it is definitely not professional grade quality. Of course, where's Icon right now? Icon is basically, they're non-existent. So, those guys that made that comment, those guys that were fighting for Icon, where are they at now? Where's Icon now? It's gone. Everybody that got Icon, they stopped using it. You don't hear nothing about it hardly. It's just a sour subject now. And that started a whole feud with me and Mr. Den of Tools, which he's done that with a lot of people. and the same thing happened on every one of the other channels that I used to watch. Made a comment on somebody's channel when they made a comment about truck drivers being stupid. And I said, boy, that's pretty harsh considering that they make your job. And he said, yeah, but that doesn't make them any smarter. And I go, wow, that's crazy. Because I drive a truck too. I have a CDL, and I honestly don't think that... I think I know a lot of truck drivers that are a lot smarter than most guys on YouTube. My buddy Virgil was one of the smartest guys I ever met. He ran a truck, and he was probably one of the most wealthiest guys. And he was always the nicest guy, and the guy used to go around and help people out all the time, give them great financial advice. And I just was like, to stereotype people like that, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that people try to pick on people because of their job title. Mechanics, truck drivers get bad names. Don't know why. They're the ones that deliver product and keep this world running. And yet we go out and praise stupid athletes that do nothing but provide us with entertainment. That's ignorant right there. That's the mentality right there. It just goes to show you. So I got a little rant going there. CP, I was going to get a Matchbox, and my Snap-on lady gave me a good deal and said it was all right as long as the consent. Trev, you're crazy, Trev. Mr. Goodwrench, what's going on, man? Long time no see. Yeah, I did need them. I did need them more tools a decade ago. My problem is everything I wanted to get, I'm getting now, and that's all there is to it. Finally picked up a serpentine belt kit, lifesaver. Kevin Lamar tri-trail and drivers that an idler is Daco, and they still want a higher priced red one for the Cummins. If you're going to use an SP socket, just a swivel was locking extensions. You'll thank me later. Yes. I do. I do, Trev. It's a nasty happen I need to get rid of. Couch Commandos, yeah. My Mac guy just gave me a free hat for... Yes, that's a great dealer there. I always love to give out stuff. I like making people happy. I really do. There was a time when all I did was make people happy. There was a time when all I did was literally go around. When I was a tool truck dealer... I love showing up to shops, and I love making guys' days better. As life happened to me, I became something of a little bit of a, negative person. Get older, that kind of does it to you. You start getting your old age, you know. We're on each other's shit list. Yeah, lockdowns and months of media. Yes, exactly, Mr. Subaru. It's got to stop. I don't like Snap-on haters neither, because Snap-on is the best. Snap-on really does build top quality tools. They may be expensive, but that doesn't mean you have to buy them. The truth of the matter is, everybody's always chasing Snap-on. They might have some issues, but the bottom line is they weren't even the oldest tool company. Cornwell was older than them. There's a couple other tool companies that are older than them, but Snap-on has prevailed as being the number one, the standard, the industry standard. Occupant, I agree. Truck drivers are about to cripple this country. I've owned semi since 95. Exactly, Brian Meadows. Right? Exactly, Tool Guy Ty. I don't want to get to slandering on him much because honestly, I don't like to talk about people on my channel anymore. I get involved in that, and I just start letting too much emotion out about them, and I don't really care to. The guys are just not, they don't have the mentality of a professional, so they're not, you can't teach somebody what it's like to use the same thing day out, day in and day out, and that's why people use it. I mean, I know guys that are hardcore Snap-on guys and made millions of dollars as mechanics. Maybe not millions, but they've made a lot of money. And buying Snap-on has never hurt them. I try to have a good attitude, tonistic. It's not always there. Exactly. It's enjoyable. It makes doing a job more enjoyable by having a quality tool, I believe. Yes, it is more expensive, but if you're willing and you're able to, try it. I have never seen a guy, I've seen more people with a box full of all-trade tools and one Snap-on ratchet. And guess what they say their favorite tool is? An old Snap-on 3/8 ratchet. Because they just know. You pick it up and you know. So do I. That's why I like IG better. I would have just told the guy straight to my face about truck drivers. Yes. I agree, Larry. Stressful enough, don't need it. Exactly. I'm not familiar with trucking industry, but why they're about to cripple us. Because there's not enough. Yeah, strike in the wings. Because there's not enough truck drivers and we need more. That's why if you guys notice that stuff's being slow to get there, well, when there's truck drivers that go down, we're already in a shortage of truck drivers. I can tell you this. We're in a huge shortage of drivers nationwide. But then you got drivers that get sick, and then you got guys that retire. People like Larry. Larry, I believe I remember, and I don't know if you want me to tell you this, but Larry's a truck driver. And when Larry retires, he's going to be a guy that's gone. You know? I'm sure Doug, they have every right to. The way they're getting treated. You know that when I haul, when I haul something somewhere, I have to go into a place and I'm not allowed to use the restroom, get water. How is a guy supposed to live his life? He sits in a truck and he has no striking over the election. Oh, wow. That's crazy, Robert. Um, they're going to strike over the election fraud, huh? If the truck drivers quit, they will definitely, yeah, it'll definitely cripple this company or this country. Pretenders to seem to have all the drama. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get started on it because it hurts my brain. It really does. I just don't care. Gramps' old Snap-on, he passed them down to me. That's awesome. I buy what I want. If the trolls complain about it, that makes me happy. That's all that matters. CP, I quit my job a month ago yet in the same truck now because two guys have no-show. There you go. Kevin Lamar, that's a perfect example. I've really been getting to refer... Oh, dude. I'll tell you what. You want to talk about some channels that will blow up. I've watched a ton of tool restorations, and man, guys love that stuff. The fuel surcharge is now a joke. A lot of owner-operators are, well, yeah, the fuel surcharge is crazy. Most of the dairy farms around here are shutting down. Oh, my God. Right? The world has bigger problems, fellas, than tools. I can tell you that much. So, people that are complaining about tools, you ought to be looking around you. Chances are you're standing in a puddle of shit. There's no doubt about it. You got bigger issues than that. Tools are the least of my concern. I can tell you that. The one thing I can tell you about my tools is I always have something to fall back on. I have a way to make an income and a living with my tools no matter how much I paid for them. What do most guys have? Most guys don't have anything to fall back on. If they were to lose their job, let me put this into perspective. If they were to lose their job, how many guys would be able to make an income? They're going to rely on whatever the government can offer them. As far as, subsidiary money. We definitely got bigger fish to fry. Well, that fuel surcharge will go up through the roof here soon, too. Doug, I definitely agree. I only try to make content that definitely pulls off of that. How many 10 millimeter sockets? I don't have that many, James. I literally don't lose 10 millimeter sockets. I've never really been latched onto it, but I do have, let's see. I think I have too many 1/4 inch sets, so I probably have 8 10 millimeters and 1/4 inch, probably 6 and 3/8, and probably 4 and 1/2 inch. So that's all my 10 millimeters. Miguel Martinez, how you doing, buddy? I'm about ready to poop out, Brad. We've had a great live stream tonight. We had about 80 people in the chat, which is awesome. Trekkers never die. They just get their Peters rebuilt. Oh, Ag Tech, I love it. That's what I love right there. Good, wholesome, clean fun right there. I don't get the joke. My tools cost too much. Exactly. I'm the same way, Mr. 10 mil. I have had a 10 millimeter I dropped on a couple of videos and I made comments about it. But at the end of the day, I've never lost I never lost a 10 millimeter. I've always found it. AgTech, that definitely needs to be a bumper sticker. That is hilarious. I love it. That is awesome. Kelly, I appreciate that joke. And with that, you know what? That's a good way to exit out on this live stream, guys. I think that was really a positive ending to have on there. I'm just 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm over my prime now. And I think we had a pretty good discussion. Somebody should make a video about Milwaukee warranty. I think that would be an excellent video to make. And I honestly think that I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to mess around. So, Pat Clark Barnes, Mr. Subaru, later, 71 thumbs up. That's a pretty good start. Usually we'll get 100. No thumbs down? What? We've got no thumbs down tonight? That is unheard of. Where are my haters? Oh my God. That is unbelievable. Tonight we had an entire live stream with no thumbs down. Unfreaking believable. You can guarantee you there'll be 4 or 5 though before the night's over. So, Moro, Send, I appreciate it. Diabolical. Mac Tools of Louisiana. Hey, what's up, man? Midwest. All you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. Hopefully, Jesse James. God, I wish. Is that the real Jesse James? You asked for one. Did I get it? Yep, got 1 thumbs down. Chris Koss. Oh, there you go. You come in right at the end. Chris, good seeing you, brother. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you, buddy. Everybody, you have a great night. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you stopping by as always. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands. Keep your hands. You guys can't. You guys are killing me. I can't. Miguel Martinez. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great night. Thanks a lot.